Going to space must have been a fantasy all of us would have dreamt of at least once in our lifetime. We think about going to and living in space so much that we almost always neglect the aftermath. So that's what we are going to do today. Let us know the effect you least expected in the comment section below. Now, let's dive right into it. Astronauts are required to be extremely fit, both mentally and physically. Eyesight comes in without a question. Little did you know, some astronauts get blurred vision once they are in space, which continues for a few days to a few months after they return to Earth. And the catch is that there is nothing much they could do about it. Due to the lack of gravity, blood swells up in the top part of human body, especially the face. As a matter of fact, this plays with the pressure in the blood capillaries connected to the eyes. As the body gets used to such an environment, it takes quite some time to get back to the normal environment with the gravity on Earth. Till then, astronauts' vision would not be as perfect as it should be, and they have to deal with it. Human legs are primarily designed for standing. This means to support our entire body weight under the Earth's gravity. When in microgravity environment, weightlessness is experienced. It affects astronauts' legs most significantly. Since there is very less need for the muscles, the size decreases as muscle tissues are discarded. Although the astronauts follow strict workout plans to keep the muscles active, they cannot avoid the loss of muscles completely. So, when they return to Earth, their legs won't live up to their once known strength, which makes it hard to even stand on land, at least for a while. Radiation mutates cells in our body, which is what we call cancer in a later and worse stage. The reality is that things are so much worse in outer space because there is no ozone layer that filters the harmful cosmic radiation. Even though space shuttles and space stations have artificial shielding to protect the astronauts from the radiation, nothing can be as good as the natural shield. Since astronauts do have to work outside in space, wearing a spacesuit, doing whatever they're supposed to do, there is a huge risk that they are carrying mutated cells back to Earth. Before we could go any further, head on to our channel to find more interesting videos. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our videos. Yes, you read it right. British astronaut Tim Peake publicly said he was experiencing the world's worst hangover after spending 6 months in space. And that cannot be disregarded as a joke. It's actually a popular opinion that astronauts feel somewhat dizzy for quite some time after returning from space. This explains why astronauts are literally carried after landing. They simply cannot get their motor coordination straight, and it connects back to the rapid change of gravity. Researchers have found out by testing animals in microgravity and vacuum environments that things can get really bad for astronauts biologically if they were to stay too long in space. In this case, we can't just blame gravity. Sunlight plays a more prominent role yet. At the basic level, our body's sleep clock follows the circadian rhythm. It's technically an outline of processes carried by living organisms over a 24-hour period. More specifically, it works based on the duration the body is exposed to sunlight. For instance, your body tends to put you to sleep once it's dark, and when it's bright, you are bound to wake up. That's why exposure to digital screens may disrupt sleep, as the brightness can mess up your sleep clock. When in space, it's harder than ever to have a regular time of exposure to sunlight. After astronauts get used to the situation in space, it's going to take them long enough to get back to circadian rhythm. Guess becoming an astronaut requires one to be ready for some challenging aftermath. If you were given a chance to become an astronaut and explore space, now that you know what you're probably going to face upon returning, will you still do it? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. Stay tuned with Quantum Vimana.